Welcome everyone to this session. We're just going to begin by settling ourselves into the space where you're sitting. I'm going to put some things in the giant worry bowl. As you can see, it's quite large. You can put everything in there that you would like. So if you'd like to join me, placing your hands across your chest and just begin a bilateral tapping here, little butterfly hug. And you might like to introduce a gentle sway, maybe close your eyes down and take a few breaths just at your own pace, your own rhythm. And just bring to the forefront of your mind anything that you would like to let go of. Anything at all that's been troubling you, maybe some things that have been brought up over Christmas. There might be some fears or anxieties or maybe some angers, whatever is there. You can just bring it to the forefront of your mind and see if you'd like to express it. You can do this through sound if you'd like to speak it aloud. You can do so if you'd like to sigh it out with each breath. You can do that. If you would like, you can scream or sing or shout. Any way that you would like to express these things from you into a giant worry ball now, you can do so. And perhaps you'd like to join me in a nice inhale, breathing in through the nose, filling up your belly. And as you sigh that air out, just relaxing any tension in your lower limbs, letting go of the tension in your knees, in your feet, your ankles, your legs. The next breath, you could focus on releasing the tension in your back, in your spine, in your neck and shoulders, just letting it go as you sigh that air out. Perhaps that next breath just moving a little further up the body and releasing any tension that you can feel in your face, in your neck. And just letting go of anything that you don't want to carry with you for this time that we have together. And go ahead and put that big bowl of worries and concerns out of sight, out of mind for the time being. You can ask for them back at the end if you like. But for now, let's get rid of a little more. So we'll allow our subconscious mind the permission to let go as well. So you can repeat after me, saying out loud, I give my subconscious mind permission to let go of my worries and fears now. And having done that, I want you to place your hands out in front of you and imagine that you're able to put in them whatever your subconscious mind was holding on to. So whether that felt like tension in a part of your body or something else for you, just imagine what it would feel like to hold it external to you. The weight of it, the texture, the temperature even. And once you get a sense of it, I want you to clamp down on it, take it out to the sides or up overhead, wherever you get to, take a nice big inhale. I'm going to throw it at the ground, let it go, and say, shoo, and just feel the energy shift out your fingertips. And we'll do it again, just really shifting what your subconscious mind was clinging to, clamping down on it once you get a sense of it. Taking it out or up, deep breath, and throw it away. Shoo! And one more time, really consciously this time, in your hands, placing that stuckness and clamping down, out or up, deep breath. Throw it away, and give yourself a shake off after that last one. Just really shift whatever is there that feels a bit stuck in you. And if you want, you can stand up and jump about, but if you're low on energy, just meet yourself where you're at. Might just be a gentle shake of the wrists, maybe your legs come into it as well. Maybe you want to swing your arms from side to side. However you'd like to sort of shift that energy. And then when you're ready, I invite you to bring your hands slightly cupped onto your lower belly, and we're going to tap our way from here and just shift our own life force energy through the body. If you come to any area that feels more stuck, you can linger there for longer. You might just like to appreciate each part of you as you move over each section. And tapping down the inside of your arms and building up some big happy seal energy. That Christmas, yeah, Christmas is over. Or yay for Christmas if that's your, if you're not a Grinch, whichever way you take it. And then tapping your way back up. Yeah. That's you, Annalise. Thank you for that. Yeah. And tapping yourself, giving yourself a pat on the back for showing up for yourself here today and in every other day and in all the other ways. And so tapping your way down the inside of this arm as well. And another big opportunity for happy seals, ridiculous faces. And tapping your way back up. Or another big pat on the back for pushing through whatever barriers you needed to push through to be here today. And we'll bring our tapping to our faces just down the center, imagining that there's little raindrops coming down the face, seeing if you can soften your expression a little. And another row just down the edges. And creating some gentle fists. We're going to tap over the top of our head, down to the back of the neck there. And we'll do 3 rows of this one as well. And just above the ears and down and around for that last one. Before we find our kidneys, give yourself a big pat on the lower back and then tap your way down the outside of your legs onto the top of your feet and then coming back up the inside. And resting your hands back on your belly. We're going to close our eyes down and just take a few really intentional breaths here at your own pace. As you just allow yourself in this peaceful, quiet moment to really land here in your body and to start to notice what's really alive for you right now, what the sensations are that move through you. Without any judgment, just really noticing what might be rising up for you, what might be settling. Noticing the emotion that's there to feel. Noticing perhaps that buzzing sensation of your body, your life force energy flowing a little freer. Noticing your skin, noticing where your walls end and where the world around you begins. Noticing the thoughts that move through your mind and whether they're present thoughts or past thoughts, maybe future thoughts. Just really noticing what's there to be noticed. And when you feel ready, you might like to start introducing a gentle sway to your body, just starting to wake it up. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Feel free to open them as well. And just gently swaying side to side, moving each vertebra one at a time. Nice, slow, gentle movements. Imagining that you're perhaps a blade of grass in the wind or a piece of bamboo. You might like to move that sway forward and backwards, just very gently waking up the body for the morning. If it's morning where you are, I guess. And just exploring anywhere else that your body would like to go. So you might feel inclined to just roll your shoulders a little bit. Maybe doing some rotations, taking your body all the way forward and back. And just tuning in to which parts of you engage and disengage as you make those movements. Maybe you don't make these movements in your day-to-day activities. So things might feel a little foreign, or maybe they feel familiar and pleasant. Just really tuning in to the way that your body feels right now as you explore this movement. And bringing your arms into it if that feels good for you. Exploring where your arms might like to go. And if you like, you can stack on top of this little practice, another little habit of humming. So stimulating that vagus nerve from the inside, massaging it. So taking up a nice big inhale of air through the nose, breathing into your belly. And then hum as you explore, continue to explore your body's movements. You might like to also stretch your legs out and just get some movement in them, maybe pointing and flexing your feet. However however you'd like to explore yourself. There is no right and there is no wrong way to explore your body. And if it's feeling really good for you, you can continue on with the free-flowing exploration, or you can bring it back to a bit more stillness in the center. And we're just going to connect in with ourselves a little deeper. So taking your hands, placing them on your neck and shoulders, and just feeling for any areas of tension that might be held here. Maybe you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And just send this area some love and attention. So whatever that looks like for you, if that's firm pressure massage here, or perhaps just holding your hands there, sending some energy your way. Maybe you want to explore some movement in your neck from side to side. Maybe dropping your ears down each way. Whatever feels right for you. And don't forget to keep those breaths nice and slow, just slowing everything down to be here in this moment, to be here in your body. And if you would like to move on from here, I invite you to come and massage your face. So just wipe any worry out of your brow, just shift the energy out of your expression, just massaging all of that worrisome energy right off your face, and pinching your eyebrows as you get there. And then just painting a nice soft line on those beautiful soft eyelids of yours, appreciating that softness and pressing a little firmer once you get to your eyebrows. Massaging that worrisome energy off your face in the other direction. And once you reach your hairline, you might like to come down to your temples or a little further down, finding that joint in your jaw, letting your mouth fall softly open so that you can massage in and find all of that tension that you might be storing here. Maybe you've been biting your tongue, holding back on saying things at Christmas time with family around. You can release that now. And you might like to just open and close your mouth a little bit and feel that movement of your jaw. And see what else is there to find in the tension in that area. And you might like to give your cheeks a big old smush in a few directions, maybe circles, maybe forward and back, up and down. And just explore your face in any other ways, maybe massaging over the bridge of your nose or down around it and onto your upper lip, onto your chin and along that jawline. And perhaps exploring those ears of yours, just getting into all those nooks and crannies. Pressing upon all those meridian line endings, all those reflexology points that help get your healing systems back online. And coming down either side of your neck to massage that vagus nerve from the outside. And from here, I like to take it up into the hair. If you'd like to join me, just give yourself a big scalp massage. Just really exploring the surface of your skull and noticing if you're storing any tension here, maybe in the back of your neck. And just tuning into those sensations that are there for you to feel. You might be noticing some tingling in your legs. Maybe you're noticing tingling at the places where you're applying pressure. Maybe you're noticing something else entirely, and that's perfectly fine. And when you're ready to move on from here, once you've got some bed hair, got some volume in there, then just leaning yourself back, and we'll place our feet out in front of us, and we can just drop our knees from side to side, just get a little movement happening in our legs. Internal and external rotations here. And you might like to linger on one side a little longer if it feels good for you to stretch out one side. And for anyone who is practicing from a chair, a couch, or the edge of the bed, then you can just stabilize yourself there on the edge and drop one knee down at a time. Just exploring the range of movement here, knowing that we store a lot of tension, trauma in our hips as well. So we'll just release what we can. And if that feels good, then continue on. But otherwise, you might like to join me by bringing your feet in to meet in the middle, just tucking them in nice and close to your body, really opening up your groin area, holding onto those ankles and just elongating your spine for a moment, taking a nice big inhale here. And then sighing that air out. And if it feels good for you, you might like to even increase this stretch by walking yourself forward, leaning over those opening in your legs. And if you're seated, then this might look a little like just having your legs open nice and wide and leaning in so that you're increasing that stretch there. But just exploring that opening of your body in whichever way feels good for you. And just taking a few more intentional breaths as you notice what is there to feel. What is there to feel in your body? What is there to feel in your heart? And what are the thoughts that come up when you place yourself in this position? And when you're ready, you can bring yourself back up, stretching up your spine nice and tall again. If you just want to come back to a comfortable seated position, we're just going to clasp our hands in front of us and press out away from the body, curling your shoulders over, tucking your head in a little. And from here, you might just like to take it over towards one knee and back the other way, just feeling that stretch in your side body, that nice little twist happening. Once you're ready to move on from here, just taking those interlocked fingers up overhead, we're going to stretch up nice and tall, really elongate that spine. And you can stay here and just focus on your breath if you like, or you can take it over for a side lean. We'll do a little interoception exercise, just feeling for your body signals when it's had enough on one side. So waiting for maybe some heat or some shakiness. Whatever your body signals for you when it's time to come back to the center, just tune into that. And once you feel that signal, just bring yourself back, maybe stretching up a little taller and taking it over to the other side. And again, just tuning in to what your body has to say on this side. And bring yourself back once you feel those signals. Bring your hands behind your head for a moment. Bring your elbows back, really opening up your chest. And you can release your hands, spirit finger your way down. And release, yes. Whatever your spirit fingers want to say, just go ahead and play. And if you like, you can clasp your hands back together behind you, really straighten your arms, maybe bringing them away. Maybe you want to lean in, maybe you want to twist. Just explore whatever your body is wanting to do. And you can release whenever you're ready. We're just going to lower ourselves down onto the mat. So just placing yourself lengthways here and leaning back so that you can engage your core muscles. We'll build a little bit of strength here, creating more stability in our core. If you like, you can raise your legs up. Maybe you want to pedal through a little. And just holding here again, feeling for those signals of your body. Once it's had enough, you can just lower yourself down. For anyone who's on a chair, Then just leaning yourself back, creating that same use of your muscles in the front there. And then when you're ready, just coming back to a comfortable position. And for those of you who are on the mat, maybe you've lowered yourself down already. And we're just gonna open our bodies up a little bit. So placing your feet together in the middle and letting your knees fall out either side, really opening up your hips again. And then we're gonna bring our arms up as well, just open up our chest. And just take a few breaths here, breathing in through the nose into your belly, letting it fill up your belly and then your chest, and then let it come out from your chest and out from your belly. And just really slow everything down and take notice of how that breath moves through you. And anyone who's choosing to stay seated in a chair, you might just like to have that opening there in your hips and breathing into your belly. Breathing into that opening in your center. Now, if this is really comfortable for you, you might like to stay in this position, or you could stretch out your legs. Maybe you'd like to put your arms by your sides, perhaps facing upwards to receive or downwards for grounding. However you'd like to be, I just invite you to make yourself a little more comfortable. We're going to do a little visualization exercise. If you're staying seated, you might like to hold onto a cushion. You can feel really supportive, or maybe just a self-hug or a softened version, one hand under one arm, the other across your chest. However you would like to be. And as you begin to settle into this moment, just allowing yourself to drift into a place of comfort, you might notice how each breath naturally invites a little more relaxation, invites a little more softening, a little more letting go. And you might also start to notice the sensations within your body a little more, or maybe for you, you're noticing the sensations on the outside of your body, maybe the way the air, the breeze touches you. You might be noticing the temperature of that air on your skin, or the way that the temperature of the air changes as it enters through your nostrils and makes its way through your body and rejoins the air around you once again as you exhale. And maybe with each breath, you can feel yourself settling deeper into your experience of relaxation, feeling safe, feeling supported. Perhaps you're noticing your muscles starting to relax, knowing that you've made the choice to be here now, recognizing that you've made the choice to reconnect with yourself on a deeper level now. And perhaps as you deepen that connection within yourself, you're becoming even more aware of the sensations deep within your body. Maybe your focus is drawn towards the rhythm of your heartbeat and the feeling of your chest moving as your heart beats. Perhaps becoming aware that it's circulating life throughout every part of you. Perhaps you can even feel that sensation of your life force energy flowing freely, traveling to every organ, every limb, every cell. And you might just begin to notice how your body is able to relax even deeper now, as you recognize that familiar feeling of inner peace as it travels throughout your body, knowing that in this moment you don't have to do anything, you don't have to be anything for anyone, you simply have to be a human being. And I invite you to go ahead now and give yourself permission to be exactly who you are and to be exactly where you are right now. having given yourself this permission, maybe you're able to let go a little more. Perhaps letting go of any tension your body was holding on to. Maybe letting go of a few more thoughts. Maybe you're noticing that you're able to detach from your thoughts and simply witness them coming and going, letting each one flow through your mind and allowing each one to leave. Not needing to understand each thought, not needing to take on board every thought. It's recognizing that you get to choose which ones to listen to, which ones to focus on, and which thoughts you allow to leave your mind. And as you take a few beautiful deep breaths at your own pace and rhythm, continue to relax deeper into your body and deeper into the space where your body sits. I invite you to imagine, if you will, a tree standing tall in a field, its branches reaching high into the sky, strong and enduring. But as you look closer at this tree, you notice that some branches have grown heavy, weighed down by their own weight. Maybe they served a purpose once, providing shade or shelter, but now they no longer grow new leaves and no longer reach for the sun. They are simply there, heavy and stagnant. And this tree, wise and knowing, recognizes that it's time to let go of those branches. It knows that by letting them fall away, it creates space for new growth, healthier, stronger branches that will carry it forward, closer to the sun and more alive with each new season. And so the tree lets go. It allows those old branches to fall, not with regret, but with the wisdom that they served their purpose. And now it's time for something new, something more fitting for the life that is unfolding. And in many ways, we are like that tree, with parts of ourselves that have served us in the past, ways of thinking, ways of being, and ways of doing. They may have helped us survive and helped us cope. But just like those branches, sometimes they become heavy and stagnant, no longer serving the life we want to live now. And it's okay to let them go, to release those old ways, knowing that by doing so, we create space for something new, something that fits the person we are becoming. You see, challenges in life often ask us to grow and to adapt, to reconsider how we move through the world. And it's possible that some of the difficulties we've faced were made heavier by those old ways of thinking or being, ways that no longer fit who we are or where we are going. But here's the beautiful thing. We have the opportunity to be deliberate, to be considerate about how we choose to exist moving forward. Just as the tree chooses to let go of what no longer serves it, we too can choose to let go of old patterns, old beliefs, and allow new growth to emerge. And as you continue to breathe deeply into the core of you, relaxing even more with each breath, you might begin to imagine what it would feel like to release those old ways, to let them fall away gently, just like those heavy branches. Perhaps you can sense the lightness that comes with letting go, the space that opens up, making room for new ways of thinking, new ways of being that are more aligned with who you are now and who you are becoming. Maybe you're realizing that you have the ability to choose and to create, to be intentional about the way you move forward. And you know that you can be kind to yourself. You can be considerate, choosing ways of thinking that support you, that encourage your growth, ways of being that nurture your well-being, ways of doing that allow you to live with greater ease and with more peace, and with a deeper sense of alignment with the life you want to create. And just as the tree knows when it's time to let go, you too can trust your inner wisdom, knowing that you are always growing, always evolving, and that by letting go of the old, you are making way for something new, something even more fitting for the life that is unfolding for you. And you might choose to imagine yourself for a moment sitting on the earth, looking up at these tall, strong trees swaying in the breeze. You might simply choose to be in the peace and stillness of this moment, quietly considering what serves you right now and recognizing the things that you could choose to let go of. And perhaps you'd like to say goodbye to the trees that you've been admiring, knowing that you can return to this place at any time you choose, knowing also that you can bring the wisdom of the trees with you if you choose. And beginning to gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. And perhaps you're deciding to bring with you a sense of renewal, of possibility, of that knowing that you have the power to let go of what no longer serves you, and to choose how you will move forward thoughtfully, intentionally, and with grace. Perhaps starting to notice the sounds around you in the room where you sit. Maybe feeling your body re-energizing. Perhaps feeling a little more grounded, a little more centered. You might choose to focus for a moment as you take a deep breath in, filling yourself with new possibilities. Maybe you're noticing the sensations in your body have changed. Perhaps you're feeling lighter, clearer, more aligned with your path. And as you reawaken your body in whatever way it's calling you to do so, whether that be to gently sway like the trees in the breeze, or perhaps to stretch your limbs outwards as though growing with renewed strength, you might eventually blink open your eyes and allow the light to filter through to you, ready to embrace the new ways of thinking and being and doing that will carry you forward. And for anyone who's laying down, just stay exactly where you are. And if you're sitting up, then I invite you to just bring yourself back down onto the mat and curl yourself up into a little ball, giving yourself a little roll around, massaging your back on the mat. Or if you're seated, you might just like to create a little bit of closeness. Maybe you just want to fold your body forward over your knees. Maybe bringing one up, giving yourself a hug here. maybe just giving yourself a hug in general, just holding yourself for a moment in compassion and kindness. And for anyone who is in a ball on the mat, I invite you to just bring one of your feet down. I'm going to cross the other foot over that leg and just reach through the back of our thigh, grab hold of that stretch and bring it towards your chest. And just take a few intentional breaths, nice and slow, as you feel that release in the back of your hamstring. Or you might be seated and creating that same position with your legs and just taking your body down towards that stretch. Or perhaps just leaning over your body. However you would like to explore that release in your leg, your groin and your hamstring. And then when you feel ready, once your body tells you it's had enough on this side, just switching it over to the other side, we'll stretch that leg out. Once you've had a few breaths on this side, and just releasing your legs from here and rolling your body over to one side, pressing yourself up off the mat. And just getting yourself some water or making any little micro adjustments you might need to make. And let's welcome Scott in to do a little breathwork journey for us to finish up. Yeah, if you're ready, Scott, welcome to come on in.
Aircon in here.
Okay.
I close the door. Hello, everybody. Wow. Actually, I'm just going to mute my laptop.
Yeah. I'll sit up there so you have full space.
Oh, wow. Well, that guided practice and meditation really dropped me in. I'm feeling so soft and gentle and mellow after that. So I'd love to share some guided practices with you all that can just really complement that energy, that really cushy, soft, gentle, connected state that you may be in. So, breath work, it's the first thing we do when we're born into this planet, and it's the last thing we do when we leave. And so every single one of those breaths that we take has the power to support us emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally in our life. And on average, we take around 20,000 breaths every single day. 20,000 breaths. Now, how many of these breaths do we recall or remember during a day? Like, the chances are probably not many. So the more that we can become consciously aware of our breath, harness our breath to create shifts emotionally, energetically, spiritually, and physically, it allows us to unlock the wisdom of our body-mind system, allows us to shift and liberate energy, to create clarity, to reduce and manage stress and anxiety, and to also harness our breath to access non-ordinary states of consciousness where we can tap into greater insights, intuitive guidance, and whatever your word is, whether it's God, source, universal energy, some of that or none of that, the breath can allow you to really build that relationship with that part. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to share with you a breathwork practice that's a really restorative breathwork practice. So if we imagine in our nervous system, within our autonomic nervous system, we have a high energy state, which is our sympathetic nervous system. And then we have our parasympathetic nervous system, which is a lower energy state. Now, these restorative breaths that I'm going to share with you allows you to access your parasympathetic nervous system by down regulating your nervous system. And there's other techniques that we can do that allow us to increase our energy and really increase that intensity. But for today, we're going to practice some restorative grounding techniques. And so when it feels good for you, just inviting you to close down your eyes. And no matter how you're seated in this moment, no matter how you're breathing, just inviting you to notice your breath. Bringing gentle awareness to your breath without anything needing to change, without anything needing to be different, no judgment, just noticing where you're breathing from in this moment and noticing how you are breathing. Is that breath coming in through the nose? Is that breath coming in and out of the mouth? Are you breathing really slowly and deeply? Maybe some of you are breathing really fast. And maybe you notice that you're not breathing much at all. And that's okay, just allowing that to be. Knowing that your breath is a powerful key to unlocking your inner world and to give you guidance and insight into the state of your emotions and the state of your nervous system. So no matter how you're breathing in this moment, we're going to take a nice, big, slow, deep breath in through the nose and letting it out with a bit of a sigh or a sound. In through the nose and out the mouth. Filling up those lungs in through the nose. And just softening with each of those exhales, breathing, bringing that breath in through the nose. Let's go for 5 more of these breaths. With each breath, just softening the shoulders, relaxing the body as you exhale, keeping this flow going in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's go for 2 more breaths now, in through the nose and out. And on this last breath, taking a nice full deep breath in and exhaling fully, emptying your lungs and coming into a breath hold. Holding your breath, relaxing your shoulders, nice straight spine if you can. And just staying in that stillness, knowing you are safe, you are guided, you are supported, and you are protected. And when you are eventually ready to breathe, just coming back to slow, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And throughout today's practice, giving yourself permission to notice what is alive for you, giving yourself permission to get curious about what may be present for you, sensations, energy, feelings, embracing and accepting all of that. And what we're going to move into, and you can keep your eyes closed, that feels good for you. We're going to move into a round of breath work now, where we're going to be breathing in through the nose. We're going to be holding on the top and then exhaling out the mouth and then breathing straight back in through the nose, out through the mouth, back in through the nose. So I'll guide you through it. We're going to find a nice rhythm and a nice flow. So just fully exhaling all the air out of your lungs, taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose, holding that breath full for 4, 3, 2, 1 exhaling out the mouth, back in through the nose, filling up the lungs, holding on the top for 4, 3, 2, 1, exhaling out the mouth, back in through the nose, holding on the top for 4, 3, 2, 1, out the mouth, back in through the nose, holding on the top for 4, 3, 2, 1, and finding your unique flow now, keeping this pace of breathing out through the mouth and then breathing in through the nose, filling up your lungs and holding for a few seconds. And seeing if you can guide yourself through that flow and through that practice, staying consistent, breathing in through the nose, holding it on the top, and letting it go. And with each breath and each moment, inviting you to soften into the body, a straight spine if you can as well, and just allowing that energy to guide you. And we're going to go for another 30 seconds. Keeping this flow going in through the nose, holding on the top, exhaling out the mouth, straight back in through the nose, filling up the lungs. And we're going to go for 2 more rounds now. So breathing in through the nose, holding on the top, and exhaling out the mouth, straight back in through the nose, filling up your lungs, coming into a hold for a few seconds, and exhaling, emptying that breath out the mouth. And on the end, coming into a breath hold, emptying your lungs fully, coming into a breath hold. And finding that place of inner stillness, of connection, of trust, of allowing. And asking yourself the question, what does my inner guidance want me to know right now? What does your inner guidance want you to know right now? And opening up to receive any insight, clarity, symbols, colors, visions, emotions, thoughts. And when you are eventually ready to breathe, bringing that breath back in through the nose, slowly and deeply, and out through the nose or mouth, whatever feels best for you and supportive for your body. And with each exhale, you might like to let out a little bit of a sigh, a little bit of a sound, maybe some toning, and visualizing and feeling any old stagnant density, old energy leaving your system, leaving your field as you exhale. That old warm energy. And with each slow, gentle breath, inviting in renewal, refreshing energy, more light, more openness, more trust, greater sense of alignment, more clarity. In with the new and out with the old. And noticing if your body's been holding on to any tension in your hips or your waist or your neck or your shoulders, and giving yourself permission to flow with your body as you breathe slowly and deeply. And for the next few breaths, inviting you to breathe really intentionally and really deeply, filling up your belly and your lungs, maybe more than you have today before. Allowing the breath to breathe you, allowing your body, mind, system to guide you with each breath. And can we breathe in gratitude and appreciation for life itself, for the journey, for the experience we are all on, the unique initiations, the unique challenges, the unique experiences that we all have, that we will continue to experience. As you continue to breathe, taking some moments to acknowledge this beautiful earth community that we are all a part of, knowing that for every five breaths you take, 3 of those 5 breaths is oxygen that the phytoplankton in the ocean are creating. We get the majority of our oxygen from these microscopic plants in the ocean. So for the next 5 breaths, we're going to take 3 breaths and send gratitude to the phytoplankton, thanking them for their oxygen. And the last 2 breaths, we can thank our beautiful plant allies and our trees for the rest of the oxygen they produce. And taking a moment to really orient yourself in wherever you are in the world, zooming out from the room or the space you're in, out to the city, the town, the country, the continent, and zooming out and looking at Earth from a higher perspective, knowing that a lot of our life experience has happened here on this planet. And this is our shared home, our collective home. And this planet is always here for you whenever you need it, knowing you can soften and relax and be held by this planet who provides for us relentlessly, nurturing us, nourishing us, providing everything we need. And so taking a moment to be grateful for this planet and for life itself, and to celebrate yourself for choosing to show up today for this session, for this experience, for this flow. Knowing that every time you show up for you, it's a vote towards yourself, a vote towards living a life in greater alignment, a vote towards your health, your well-being, your mental health, your spiritual health. You can celebrate yourself for choosing that today. And if you're to tap into your inner truth, that inner guidance, is there a word or a couple of words that want to come through for you? Maybe it's an energy, a phrase, or something. And what is that word? What is that, those couple of words that want to come through for you, that might be relevant for you, or that may support you moving into this next chapter, whatever that is? And connecting with the energy of those words, and where do you feel them in your body, and allowing them to land. You can trust yourself, you can trust the flow of life, and the universe wants you to win, fam, so remember that. And when you are ready, we're going to slowly bring a little smile to our face, if that feels good for you. And when you're ready, starting to connect back in with your body, wriggling your toes, wriggling your fingers, listening to your body if it wants any stretches, any movement, just following your intuition. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and just having a look around your space. Wherever you are. Here we are, fam, alive on planet Earth for another day. Yeah. Thank you, Amelie, for inviting me on to drop in with your community today. I really appreciate it. Who's noticed a shift in their state from that sort of 10-15 minute practice? Who's noticing something with their energy? Great. And if you didn't feel a lot from that, that's also okay. Trust that whatever you're feeling right now, whatever came through is perfect for you. And we can allow that to be. Got a couple more minutes. Should I chat about the Empower Hour?
Yeah,
Open to that?
Know.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely.
Cool. So I just want to share with you guys before we close off for today. I work as a breathwork facilitator and a transformational coach. And over the years, I've mentored and worked with and met thousands and thousands of people. And I really love creating consistency with community, with groups, and with a lot of my offerings. And there's one thing that I run every single week. Just like Amelie has her multiple sessions a week, I've got something called the Empower Hour, Breath, Business, and Beyond. And it's a weekly drop-in that we have on a Thursday morning. And it's some guided breathwork practices, some mindset work. It's really open frame weekly calls where if you're wanting to dive deeper into practices, knowledge, content, connection, and community, that can help you to feel more empowered in relationships, business, in your energy, in your confidence. This is the space for you. So I'd love to invite any of you who feel called to join us in the Empower Hour community. We've got a Telegram group, an online platform as well, where I upload all the replays and recordings. And to really, there's so many incredible spaces and practices and courses and programs and leaders out here in the world. And one thing I find really valuable is like just taking what resonates from all the people we connect with and allowing those little nuggets to land and continuing to incorporate that into what we do. And so here's my nuggets for some of you, and I hope you've enjoyed today's breathwork practice. And the breath is one medicine that I work with, but it's a really powerful part of my work as a coach and mentor. So I'll share all that information through Amelie. At Earth Centered is my username on Instagram and Facebook. I look forward to connecting with some of you, and thank you so much for the opportunity to guide you through something which lights me up and that really allows me to tap into my soul's work. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever you guys are experiencing at the moment. And I look forward to connecting with you guys in the future. So thank you. And big love, Amelie. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That was amazing. I'm so glad that you are here and could come and like provide something a little bit new, a little bit different. And it's a great opportunity to sort of experience that and see if it's something that resonates with you guys, something that you want to enjoy. It's so Scott's session is at 8 a.m. Queensland time. So if you wanted to have like a full drop-in session on a Thursday, you could go to his thing, then come to mine and just be like, yes, and out. But of course, you do you as always. I'm gonna end the recording and then we can have a little chat, those of you who would like to stay on. So thank you for those watching the recording. Much love to you. Happy New Year, all of the things.